I mean, look, I am genuinely surprised that the OBR upgraded its growth forecast for next year, given the way that pretty much every other forecaster is downgrading both for this year and next year because of all the uncertainty that Donald Trump has caused with tariffs, well, actual pain that he's causing with tariffs that are actually being implemented, and, you know, tremendous anxieties, you know, both in governments and businesses about future pain if he imposes the tariffs that he is threatening. Now, you know, this is a very important economic announcement. There are really also fantastically important economic negotiations going on between the British government and the American government because Donald Trump is saying that on April the 2nd, he will announce tariffs for all of America's major trading partners, including the UK, and the Department for Business is engaged in really tense negotiations with American officials about trying to limit the tariffs that are going to be imposed on the UK. One of the things that is in play, not talked about today by Rachel Reeves, is the £800 million a year that the government raises from a digital services tax. That is a tax imposed on the world's digital giants like Amazon and Google. The Americans want it scrapped. It is staggering to me that the British government is even engaging in these negotiations, because this is basically Washington dictating to us our taxes, which I think most people would say is outrageous. But the British government is engaging in these negotiations because they don't want the tariffs, and they are genuinely thinking, well, maybe if we give them what they want in terms of the digital sales tax, they won't penalise us too hard. Most of us would say they should tell Trump to take a running jump and actually join forces with other Western governments and basically say to Washington, you impose tariffs of X, we will retaliate with tariffs of 2X. At that point, American businesses would absolutely panic, and I'm not sure Trump could continue. But there isn't that kind of coordination at the moment between Western governments. All of this shows you is the degree of uncertainty that is out there. And I have to say, just one final point. This is not a robust package, right, that she's announced today. I've talked about how little buffer there is in there for the OBR's very optimistic growth forecast not to materialise. I've also just seen in here that in these figures, she says no return to austerity. She has written into these figures that between 2028 and 2030, day-to-day spending for all departments will be cut, right? It never happens, right? Day-to-day spending for departments is never cut. So if you look at these and you just think, this is just not realistic. They're just painting this in so they can hit their fiscal target. But to be truthful, you know, this looks to me like pretty good fiction.
My God, the Treasury are going to love us today. Look forward to the phone calls when we get off air.